Good day everyone! For today's lesson, we are going to have a discussion about the human person flourishing in terms of science and technology. And as you can see, we have the term flourishing, meaning it is a state where people experience positive emotions, positive psychological functioning or positive behavior, and positive social functioning or a positive interaction with people in the society. So kung mapapansin nyo po, paulit-ulit kong sinasabi yung word na positive. Because in this topic, in this lesson, we are going to have a discussion about positiveness. Okay? So, positive behavior, positive attitude, positive perspective. Okay? And also, kapag pinagsama yung word na human and flourishing, it is something that is an effort to achieve self-actualization. And we already discussed that in our last topic in that Freudian, di ba? Nandoon yung that when we are talking about self-actualization, it means it is the highest attainment in Maslow hierarchy of needs wherein you were able to help others because you are fully achieve your need. Meaning, di ba yun ay pyramid kung saan ang pinaka nasa tuktok niya ay yung self-actualization at yung mga nasa baba, yung mga subordinates. So, once nandoon ka sa base, yung basic needs, kapag ikaw is stable na doon, complete na yung pakiramdam mo doon, at meron ka ng safetyness, belongingness, so doon ka na paakyat sa self-actualization kung saan, since you are stable, nakakatulong ka na sa iba. Kasi, buo ka na buo na ikaw, mismong ikaw. So, kaya mo nang ibigay kung ano yung meron ka. Kaya mo nang tumulong sa ibang tao. Meaning, when you are self-actualized, meaning you are thinking for the common goods of people. And you are using your potentials, talents, and abilities to help other people. Okay? And when we are talking about human flourishing, lagi natin pinag-uusapan dito, what is happiness? Okay? So, yung iba nagsasabi, happiness is something that is material, di ba? Yung may bagong cellphone, bagong tablet, bagong laptop, bagong gadget, masaya na sila. Samantalang yung iba, makita lang na healthy yung family, complete ng family, nakagraduate, nakakapag-aral, may trabaho. Yun ang sinasabi nilang happiness. Because we have different kinds or different perspective in terms of happiness. Yung iba, makikilala nyo, simpleng joke lang, natatawa na. Okay na? Simpleng bagay, ayos na sa kanila. Samantalang yung iba, kahit ano nang gawin mo, hindi mo pa rin napapasaya because, nasabi ko na nga, iba-iba yung ating perspective or description ng kung ano ba yung happiness. Okay? And, there are three aspects or three persons or three fields na nagpa-explain what is the meaning of happiness. In psychology, happiness is a mental or emotional state of well-being which can be defined by, among others, positive or pleasant emotion ranging from contentment to intense joy. To behaviorism, they observe, measure, or modify behavior. They explain that happiness is a cocktail of emotions we experience when we do something good or positive. While in neurologists, doctor who is specialized in studying the nervous system, they explain that happiness is the experience of a flood of hormones released in the brains as a reward for behavior that prolongs survival. And that is the different definition of happiness. While my question is happiness a destination or journey? So, answer nyo. Ano ba sa inyo, sa paningin nyo? Is it a destination or journey? Is it destination meaning ito ba yung iyong pupuntahan? Or a journey na kailangan mo siyang pagdaanan? It's up to you. Walang maling sagot. Kung ano yung opinion nyo, atin dapat nire-respeto. Next. When we are talking about happiness, there are two views na lagi natin pinag-uusapan. The first is hedonistic view, while the other one is the eudaimonia view. First is that we have hedonistic view of well-being is that happiness is the polar opposite of sufferings. The presence of happiness indicates the absence of pain. Because of this, hedonists believe that the purpose of life is to maximize happiness which minimize misery. As you can see, direct explanation. the absence of pain. Yun ang meaning ng happiness sa kanila. And also, the reason why, para magkaroon ka ng purpose of life, kailangan i-maximize mo o dagdagan mo, gumawa ka ng paraan para ma-experience mo yung happiness at malesen kung ano yung mga nararamdaman mong lungkot. Well, in eudaimonia, they explain that happiness is a term that combines the Greek word for good spirit to describe the ideology. Eudaimonia defines happiness as the pursuit of becoming a better person. Meaning, kung si hedonistic view ay yung ating sinasabing the absence of pain, itong si eudaimonia mas malalim kasi there is an application of action. Okay? Para makaramdam ka ng happiness, kailangan mong maging isang mabuting tao. And eudaimonists do this by challenging themselves intellectually or by engaging in activities that make them spiritually richer people. And let's talk about eudaimonia. Okay? According to our topic or a discussion a while ago, eudaimonia is a good spirited. So meaning, eudaimonia, you are going to be a better person. Coined by Aristotle, describe the pinnacle of happiness that is attainable by humans, and it is under human flourishing, wherein sinasabi ko sa inyo, self-actualization. Eudaimonia is talking about you are going to help other people because you achieve your needs. Next, as you can see at the diagram, so we have two words. We have the hedonia or the feel good, and eudaimonia is the feel of purpose. Okay, so let's start with eudaimonia. As you can see, magsisimula ka sa arrow dito sa left papunta sa kanan dito sa baba, makikita nyo po. While si hedonia, simula sa baba pataas. Okay, explain muna natin kay eudaimonia. So first is we have the sweet life. Papunta tayo sa kanan, the sweet life. When we are talking about sweet life, it is all about you are living to the fullest. Ibig sabihin, kailangan maintain mo yung buhay mo, you are carefree and happy. While, kapag naramdaman mo yun, meaning you are fulfilled in life. You are satisfied or happy because you are fully developed. And that means, kapag yun ay naramdaman mo na ikaw ay nabubuhay dun sa kagustuhan mo, you are living your life to the fullest, and you are satisfied, meaning you have done something. May nagawa kang mabuti. While, sa baba, makikita nyo the void life. So, meaning of void life, meaning seems empty. You are experiencing great sadness. At kapag naramdaman mo yun, mapupunta ka doon sa dry life. Meaning you are experiencing boring life, lack of something, and you believe that you born, you live, you die. Ganun lang kasimple, paniniwala mo sa buhay. So, kapag naramdaman mo yung the void life into dry life, so, eudaimonia feel purpose. Ibig sabihin, you need to do something. Yun ang pinagkaiba nung nasa taas at nasa baba. The sweet life, the fulfilled life, meaning you have done something, kaya ka masaya sa buhay. At pag na-experience mo naman the void life and the dry life, meaning you need to do something. Next, explain natin si hedonia. Feel good. Pataas po siya ha. When you are experiencing the void life or the emptiness or great sadness, kailangan mo 'di ba makaramdam ng feeling good. Okay? So kailangan para mawala kay sa great sadness, pumunta ka sa sweet life, papunta ka sa sweet life. Kailangan mong you are going to live your life to the fullest. Kailangan mong humanap ng purpose para maging masaya. Kailangan mong humanap ng way para maramdaman mo yung carefree and happiness. While, if you are going to have the dry life or the boring lack of something, then you must have the fulfilled life para maramdaman mo yung feeling good. Okay? Satisfied or happy because of you are fully developed. So, dry life meaning may kulang ka, kailangan makuha mo yung attainment ng fulfilled life, which is kailangan makuha mo kung ano yung kulang sa'yo para magkaramdam ka or makuha mo yung hedonia or feeling good. Okay? So, that is the difference between two. So, wag malilito, hedonia is feeling good. Kung ano yung kulang sa'yo, madadagdagan. Kung ano yung nararamdaman mong kulang, kailangan maramdaman mo yung happiness. Well, eudaimonia, i-explain sa'yo kung bakit, diba? Sabi ko sa inyo, action. You are doing to become a better person. Kung ikaw ay masaya, ikaw ay fulfilled, meaning may nagawa ka mabuti sa sarili mo at sa kapwa mo. The void life, ibig sabihin, you are boring or the seems emptiness, and then, at naramdaman mo yung boring sa buhay, kailangan may gawin ka para mawala iyan. Okay? To become a better person. Next, from Nicomachean Ethics, they describe that happiness is a philosophical inquiry into the nature of the good life for a human being. So they stated that human flourishing arises as a result of different components such as phronesis, friendship, wealth, and power. So ito po yung apat na explanation nila bakit tayo nakakaramdam ng happiness or the good life. Okay? Phronesis is something the habit of making the right decision and taking the right action in context and relentless pursuit of excellence for the common good. Meaning, ito yung mga good decision mo, mga right decision, at ito ay ginagawa mo, nagdedesisyon ka hindi para sa sarili, kundi para sa ibang tao, for the common goods. So, ito yung mga tao na nagiging masaya dahil nakakatulong sa iba. Next naman is the friendship. The reason why someone is happy because napapalibutan siya eh. He or she belong into a company. Okay? Ibig sabihin, masaya na siya na nasa paligid niya yung kaibigan niya. And, di ba, lahat naman tayo, once na tayong may kaibigan, napapagkatiwalaan natin, doon, alam natin tayo secured. Alam natin tayo ay masaya. And, some people naman, nagiging masaya because of wealth. Okay? Yung malakas na pangangatawan, ayos na kalusugan. So, iba-iba kasi tayo ng ating happiness. While, some naman nagiging masaya because of the power. When you have the money, you have the position, you have the authority, doon sila nakakaramdam ng happiness. So, ikaw, nasa iyo yan kung saan ka ba masaya. So, reflect. Is it about phronesis? Or sinasabi natin na pag ikaw ay gumawa ng desisyon sa sarili mo, kini-consider mo lahat? Or is it about your happiness about friendship? Kapag kasama mga kaibigan mo, masaya ka? Or is it something that wealth, kung malusog ka, pati pamilya mo at mga tao sa paligid mo? Or ang inyong kinasasaya is when you have the power? Okay? So, it's up to you. So, yan yung ating explanation of the different kinds of happiness based on Nicomachean ethics. Next, in ancient Greek society, they believed that acquiring this will surely bring the seeker's happiness, which in effect allowed them to partake the greater notion of what we call the good. As time changes, elements that comprise human flourishing change, and people found means to live more comfortably, explain more places, develop more products, and make more money. And humans of today are expected to become man of the world. Tama naman po. Kasi 'di ba? Wala nang bagay ngayon ang hindi kayang gawin ng tao. Nakakapag-cloning na. Different surgeries, different experiments. So therefore, kaya nga na-explain nila man of the world. Nagagawa na ni man kung anong gusto niyang gawin sa mundo. Anong gawin gusto niya sa buhay. Anong kaya niyang i-produce. Okay? And supposed to situate himself in a global neighborhood working side by side among institutions and the government to be able to reach a common goal. Composition as a means of survival has become past. So meaning, when we are talking about past, this is out of date or no longer fashionable. So hindi na sa happiness na to, sa eudaimonia na to, ini-explain na competition ay hindi nakasali. Kasi nga, 'di ba? Unang-una nating sinabi ko sa inyo that human flourishing is about self-actualization wherein you are going to help other people kasi fulfilled ka na. Kaya nga, yung competition na kailangan mo makipaglaban sa ibang tao, kailangan mo sa mga products, okay, kailangan mo paliksahan sa kung anong meron sila, hindi mo na yung ginagawa. Okay? Kasi nga, wala na yan kailangan tumutulong ka. While coordination is the new trend, and that is correct. Next, so we have different kinds of explanation about human flourishing or happiness kapag sa iba't ibang countries. So we have Eastern versus Western conception regarding society and human flourishing. So these are the difference of those countries or region. In Eastern conception, it is about sa Eastern countries, dito nyo makikita kasama tayo dito, Asia, Middle East. While in Western, more on North and South Korea, yung Europe, yung Australia, yung New Zealand. So, yun yung makikita nyo sa parteng yon. Okay, ano yung focus ng kanilang human flourishing? Okay, they focus in community-centric, meaning they are looking for their people, community, pangkahalatan, society. Si Western, yung mga na Amerikano, yung mga nasa Europe, they more focus in the individual. So, yun ang pinagkaiba. Si Eastern, para sa komunidad, ang kanilang human flourishing or happiness, yung kanilang eudaimonia. Itong si Western, ito ay ginagawa nila para sa isang tao or kanilang sarili. Next, individual should sacrifice himself for the sake of society. So, katulad nga po ng sinabi kanina, community, while they are in Western, they are looking for human flourishing as an end. And also, in Eastern conception, they are looking for Chinese Confucian system. So, yung mga paniniwala ni Confucius and the Japanese Bushido. While, ang ating Western, they are naniniwala sila. They are believing in Aristotelian view. Okay? Yung mga paniniwala ni Aristotle. While, in Eastern conception, sa Asia, sa Middle East, sa atin ang paniniwala natin, we encourage studies of literature, science, and arts for a greater cause para makatulong sa buong community. Si Western naman aims for eudaimonia as the ultimate good. So, ano pong pinagkaiba? Para makuha natin yung human flourishing or positiveness or happiness, okay, kailangan yung mga Eastern part natin, nag-aaral tayo ng different subjects. Well, sa kanila, sa Western, ang gusto lang nila, mapag-aralan lang yung eudaimonia kung saan magiging good spirit ka na. Next, science, technology, and human flourishing. Every discovery, innovation, and success contributes to our full of human knowledge. Human perpetual need to locate himself in the world by finding proofs to trace evolution. Elicit our idea of self-importance, and technology is a human activity we excel in as a result of achieving science, and the good is related to the truth. Ibig sabihin, in science and technology, they explain that human flourishing is about more on discovery. Discovery, innovation, and success para madagdagan yung knowledge natin at hindi lang para tayo tumalino, para maraming alam, but also kung ano yung kaalaman natin, mai-a-apply natin para maging isang mabuting tao, okay? Good or a better person. And also, dito sabi nyo, good is inherently related to the truth because tamang-tama naman po, 'di ba? Makikita mo ang isang kabutihan ng isang tao kung siya ay nagsasabi ng totoo. While kapag ikaw naman nakita mo yung isang tao nagsisinungaling na sa'yo, nag-start na siya magsabi ng mga hindi katotohanan, so doon ka nag-i-start na hindi ka na nag-iisip ng magandang bagay sa kanya. The reason why they are relatively connected with one another, good and the truth. Next, so since we're talking about human flourishing in science and technology, katulad nga po sinabi ko last time, itong si science, siya yung nag-explain. Okay? Science is a step-by-step process or a systematic body of knowledge. So, hindi po siya basta-basta nagkaroon na lang ng word na happiness. Kailangan nag-under po siya ng different explanation, different description, different experimentation. Kaya nagkaroon ng term na happiness. Okay? And When we are talking about science as a method and result, science stems from objectivity brought upon by a rigid method. Meaning, si science is about a set of method, a set of experiment, yung sinasabing rigid. So, hindi porket gumawa ka ng isang experiment, nandoon ka na lang, mag-stop ka na lang doon. Since kung may kulang sa experiment mo, gagawa at gagawa at gagawa ka ng another experiment kahit gaano siya kadami, mapatunayan lang kung ano yung paniniwala mo. While science is also claimed to reason and experiment empiricism, meaning reasoning you are explaining something, while empiricism you are going to observe, experience, and factual. So mas naniniwala tayo sa kasabihang to see is to believe. Di nga po, yun yung meaning ng science and method and result. So, mas naniniwala tayo kapag na-observe natin ang isang bagay, kapag ating naramdaman or na-experience, and also kapag siya ay logically explained by the science. Next, ito naman po yung steps in scientific method. We have different kinds of scientific method. First is that you are going to observe. So, example, pandemic po ngayon. What is the differences or what are those things na manonotice nyo tuwing ngayong COVID-19 natin, nararanasan natin, this is pandemic, okay? Kaya maraming mga bawal, maraming mga bagay na hindi na natin nagagawa ngayon. So, first is that you observe. Ano nga bang problema? What is this pandemic? Determine the problem. So, yun na nga po, COVID-19. Then, you're going to formulate hypothesis. Ano ba po yung pwede nating hypothesis? This is a guess. Okay? Kung saan, educational guess, kung saan, nagsasabi kayo, ito yung sagot kung ano yung problema nyo, yung possible answer to your problem. So, kaya siguro, nagkaroon ng COVID kasi ganito. Kaya siguro nagkaroon ng COVID kasi dahil daw sa bat, 'di ba? Na kinakain ng mga Chinese. Kasi nga daw, is it yung iba, kaya daw nagkaroon ng COVID because this is a form of World War III, 'di ba? Then you are going to conduct experiments. So since meron na mga science and technologies, so nung pinag-aralan ng body ng tao, doon nila nalaman na ang tinitira ng COVID-19 is yung may mga sakit, may mga asthma, yung mga matatanda at yung mga bata. Okay? And then you gather and analyze information, and therefore you are going to formulate conclusion. Okay? Overall generalization na yun. And then you are going to provide recommendation kung saan sinabi, 'di ba, after mapag-aralan si COVID-19, doon nasabi na mga matatanda at 21 pababa ang tinatamaan ng COVID-19. The reason why nagkaroon tayo, 'di ba, ng ECQ, okay? Different modified, okay? So yun nga sinasabi kasi nga yung recommendation kailangan na ipunin muna yung mga tao para hindi kumalat yung virus. Also, we have different theory na kailangan din when we are talking about science and technology, or itong sinasabi po natin na about sa eudaimonia. So, verification theory, from the word verification, bine-verify, it is a discipline, is science if can be confirmed or interpreted in the event of alternative hypothesis being accepted. And premium on empiricism takes into account those results which are measurable and experiments which are repeatable. And according to the Vienna Circle, group of scholars who believe that only one which can be observed should be regarded less as meaningful and reject those which cannot be directly assessed as meaningless. So, ibig sabihin, kung ano yun nandyan, kung ano yung kaya mong i-observe, kung ano yung na-observe mo, ano yung naka-countable, yun lang yung meaningful. While yung mga hindi na sinasabi or na-reject na something or the idea, yun yung mga tinatawag na meaningless. Okay? So, I have an example of what is a verification theory. Okay? Dito din na-explain natin yung eudaimonia or the human flourishing. Kasi ito yung paniniwala, 'di ba? Positiveness. Suppose, for instance, this girl Leia has a theory that her classmate Ian likes her. Good, she thought, I like him too. But how do I know that he likes me? She began by observing him and his interaction with her. Several gestures she noted include his always exchanging pleasantries with her whenever they bump each other, his big smile when he sees her, and him going out of his way to greet her even when riding a jeepney. Through this observation, she was then able to conclude that Ian does like her because she thought, why would someone do something like that for a person he does not like? As it turns out, however, Ian is just generally happy to meet people he knew. He had known Leia since they were in first year and regards her as a generally okay person. It is no surprise that upon believing that Ian basically does this to everyone, Leia was crushed. She vowed to herself that she would never assume again. And that is a verification theory. Ibig sabihin, para malaman mo yung mga observation mo, 'di ba kita nyo si Leia, napapansin niya yung mga ginagawa sa kanya ni Ian. So, dahil doon, nag-assume siya na may gusto sa kanya si Ian. But, nung binerify niya yung mga evidences niya at tinanong niya directly kay Ian, nung nalaman niya, yun lang pala si Ian ay sadyang ganun lang sa mga taong nasa paligid niya. And that is the verification theory. Bine-verify mo. Kailangan mo ma-verify bago ka mag-assume. Okay? And ano nangyari doon? So, because of that, ang naging resulta, next time si Leia, bago siya mag-assume, kailangan niya munang alamin muna yung mga bagay-bagay. Or kailangan muna niyang maalaman kung ano ba yung something or yung mga evidences na nagpapakita sa kanya. Kasi may mga ebidensya na nasa harapan mo or the different beliefs na nasa harapan mo, pero may other meaning. Hindi pala yon ang iyong. Basically, yun ang nakikita mo, pero may mas malalim na explanation. Katulad nun, ang bait sa kanya ni Ian, akala may gusto sa kanya. But, nung binerify niya, mabait talaga pala si Ian sa lahat ng tao. And that is verification theory. Next, ano naman tong falsification theory? As long as an ideology is not proven to be false and can be explained a phenomenon over alternative theories, we should accept the said ideology. Allowed emergence of theory otherwise rejected by the verification theory encourages research in order to determine which among the theories can stand the test of falsification. And when we are talking about falsification, we have our Karl Popper that aims at the production of new falsifiable prediction. Scientific practice is characterized by its continual effort to test theories against experience and make revision based on the outcomes of this test. So, katulad nung kanina, 'di ba? Yung ating sinasabi that we have verification theory. So, since nalaman ni Leia na wala naman palang gusto sa kanya si Ian, so doon i-void ni Leia yung paniniwala sa kanya, paniniwala niya doon sa mga evidences na pinapakita ni Ian. While itong kay falsification theory, kay Karl Popper, ibig sabihin, kahit na na-assume na, kahit na verify na, so dito, hindi maaaksaya yung verification theory. Kasi, as long as gumagana o ma-accept sa iba, kasi hindi naman sa lahat ng situation tatama yon. Kay Leia, okay, mabait si Ian, pero what if ibang tao nang pinag-uusapan? Halimbawa, itong si Ian, mabait kay Leia, kasi nga, may gusto talaga sa kanya. Kasi iba-iba, diba, ang sitwasyon? Okay? So, for example, Ian is generally everybody's friend. He likes to be around people and generally aspires to become everyone's friend. However, there is this one girl, Leia, who seems to not like him when he is around. Every time he waves at her, she turns away, and when they are in the same room, she avoids his glances. Through this, he concluded that Leia does not like him and does his best to show her that he is not a threat. He began greeting her whenever they passed by each other at the corridor, even going as far as calling her attention when he was in the jeepney and saw her walking past. When they were able to talk to each other, he found out that Leia is just really shy and is accustomed to people greeting her. He then was able to conclude that his initial impression of her not liking him is wrong and thus position is rejected. So as you can see, falsification allowed emergence of theories otherwise rejected by the verification theory and encouraged research in order to determine which among the theories can stand the test of falsification. Looking at the idea or looking at the story, di ba? Una pa lang, akala ni Ian ayaw na sa kanya ni Leia. Okay? Akala niya that Leia hated him because of the action na pinapakita ni Leia. But then, noong gumawa siya ng mga different action, doon niya na napatunayan na hindi naman pala galit sa kanya yung tao. Sadyang si Leia lamang ay nahihiya dahil hindi naman siya ganun sa maraming tao. Okay? So, ibig sabihin, shy type si Leia. Nung makikita nyo doon, falsification, yung idea mo, kahit nandoon na yung evidences mo na ayaw sa iyo ng tao, meron pa rin kasing mga situation na mali kung ano yung iniisip mo. Okay? Kaya, falsification theory. So, yun yung mga way kung bakit nagkakaroon ng iba't ibang action ang isang tao but nagkakaroon ng different beliefs, and that explain the eudaimonia. Diba sinasabi ko, becoming a better person. So before mo i-judge yung isang bagay, kailangan mag-under ka ng different theory, yung verification at falsification. Yung verification, hindi ibig sabihin na kung ano yung evidences na nasa harapan mo, yun na yung paniniwalaan mo. Hindi porket nangiti siya sa'yo, lagi siyang bumabati sa'yo, ay gusto ka na niya. Okay? You should not assume unless sinabi ng tao na gusto ka niya. While here in falsification, so naglagay na si Ian ng kanyang idea na ayaw sa kanya ni Leia. Kaya ganun si Leia sa kanya. Ayaw tumingin sa kanya ni Leia, iniiwasan siya. But therefore, doon niya napatunayan nung gumagawa siya ng way para lumapit kay Leia, doon niya nalaman na si Leia ay hindi pala naman galit sa kanya. Kundi, ito lang ay mahiyaing tao. So, that is the difference between verification and falsification. So, I hope you learned something today, and that's all. Thank you.